At some point in their life, almost all teenagers or children or kids will believe that they are being favored, either favored in a good way, like their teacher loves all their work, always gives them straight A's, good grades, or that the teacher doesn't like you because maybe you suck off and you don't like to admit it, or you might just think that the teacher hates you guts for no reason. Either way, the question is, does a teacher actually hate you or love you for no reason, or is it achieved in some way? One of my teachers once told me your reputation is everything, and that applies to your school, your environment, and your job when you grow up or when you get older. To test this theory, I wanted to ask some classmates and try and find out if this was actually a factor in favoring.
I think that in class I pay attention and take notes, but most of the time I find it hard to learn from my notes, so I don't always get good grades on everything because, I don't know, I just have kind of trouble focusing at home to study and stuff. I'm good at oral presentations and stuff where we have to talk and present, but not so much multiple choice or like written stuff. I'm better at speaking, I would say. If the teacher likes a student more, I would say it's pretty obvious. So. Just for example, in one of my classes, the teacher would, everyone would be doing the same thing, and then the teacher would kind of pick on the people that he doesn't like so much and say that they're doing it wrong, or say that they haven't done such a good job doing something, but the people that he likes more, it's okay that they did it. So I found that kind of like favoring some students over others.
My friend and I, we forgot our math books, and my friend, she was like, okay, and with me, she sent me to detention. I was like 3rd grade, so I started crying. It was so mean, and I was crying, and she was like, I'm going to call your mum, you have to walk home.
I'm being favored. Well, I do notice that when I'm on sports trips, for example, and I couldn't hand it in, that teachers sometimes say, oh, it's fine, you can just hand it in later, whereas if someone who wouldn't hand things in at all sometimes, or would have a hard time during class, then sometimes teachers would be, no, you can't go to a sports trip, or they get really angry when someone doesn't hand it in. So I think in that perspective, students can sometimes think, oh yeah, I'm being favored or I'm not being favored, but it really depends on what you do during class and on tests and how you perform in class, that a teacher will automatically kind of favor you or not.
One student that gets like 10 million A's, and the teacher's like, you're my child, So
what kind of student am I?
So then, like, the students that aren't that smart don't get, or aren't like at school, don't get the love from teachers that they deserve.
So she thinks favoring has to do with ability. I wanted to try a more strategic approach, so I asked some classmates what kind of student they were before I dove into my questions.
Focus on science. And yeah, I think like most students I'll try and work harder in 11th and 12th grade. Yeah, definitely. The teachers usually also are more prone to make an exception if they know that you're a better student or put more into the class than somebody that wouldn't do so.
Well, it's mostly like what Jonah said. Like if, for example, you do something, like you forget your homework, but you're a good student, the teacher will be like, okay, for this time it's okay. But for example, if you're either a student they don't really like, or maybe you've done it quite a lot of times, they'll get quite mad at you. Like if you don't do your homework like for a whole year, obviously the teacher's not gonna like you as much as someone who does their homework for a whole year. So I mean, it's sort of like, but I mean, sometimes teachers just have favorites because they like a person better. So not really about work. I mean, you can work as hard as you want, but the teacher still doesn't like you because they just don't like you.